Hello, my lovely humans. Welcome to my recorded Zoom for day one of week 6. So, I'm going to kind of go through what we did. There was a lot of independent work this week, depending on the class that you are in, but I'm going to kind of review and kind of talk about what I'm looking for. I'm going to use second hour as our example for this week. So, if I log in this second hour language arts Zoom, I know that I have to go to my modules, and I go all the way down to week 6. So if I go to the lessons and homework for the week, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So just so you know, there's only going to be day one and then our Friday schedule on Wednesday because fall break is the end of this week. So we know that today we're going to analyze central idea and how one subsection contributes to the overall central idea. And then we are going to finish pages 8 and 9 of our interactive notebook. Now, a lot of this will be done on by your own, but I'm going to give you a few examples to kind of get the ball rolling. Your No Red Ink is due this Wednesday, so that's the parts of speech No Red Ink. So let's look at weeks, pages 8 and 9. And so I have these done for you because I'm going to show you how I got these answers. But your job for the next class by Wednesday is to have these done. So, sorry, I had a little bit of a hiccup there. Let's put present mode and get started. So your instructions are to read each article for fears and phobias and then talk about how that subsection contributes to the article. The word contributes is one of the 3 words I'm going to really highlight today. Contributes, information, and supporting details. So let's look at the first one. It says, what is fear? I have to go back and look at that subsection and think, what is my central idea of the text? And if you see on my screen, central idea for this text was how fears and phobias start, how they affect people, and how people can overcome them. So I have to go look and I need to reread this section. But if I'm a smart reader, if I read smartly, or in a smart way, I should say, I'm a language arts teacher, I should know that, then I should know that the first topic sentence is going to give me enough information after my rereading to know what occurred in that kind of part of the text. So fear is one of the most basic human emotions. Fear helps protect us. Like all emotions, fear can be mild, medium, or intense depending on the situation. So I'm thinking, okay, these are all kind of defining fear for me. And I kind of know that because I know what is fear is part of our subtitle. It's bolded. I know that that subsection has to answer my question. So when I look back in here and I look at my answer, I put, this section gives a definition of fear for the reader. The color type heading makes it stand out more. Okay, so I have to do the same thing for each of my subsections. I read the subtitle, I reread the first topic sentences, and I think, how does that subsection help me understand the central idea a little bit better? And so we have for fear works, we do the same thing. So this is subsection discussions how fear works in people. But we add more to that. We can then say it contributes more into why fears affect people. Okay, and I say that because if you look at our central idea down there, I know that that's part of our central idea for the whole text. And so that part really talks about how fear affects people and why it does. My last part is the sidebar that I'm going to go over before I let you guys do this on your own. Again, to Wednesday. So I have to look at fear or fun. Now, this is not a subtitle. This is something called a sidebar. A sidebar is something we've talked about in class, but as a refresher, a sidebar is extra information that adds to our understanding but isn't necessary to understand everything in general. So think of it like dinner, okay? If I'm being served dinner, I have the meat, the potatoes, and the fruit. That's our dinner, okay? And consistently, those are the things you see. You see a meal. That's what you need to understand. It's dinner. But if I bring a beautiful ice cream sundae, that's extra. It's not necessary to have at my dinner time, but I'm having it as an extra thing that's something a little sweet. A sidebar is that same kind of thing. It adds something extra, but it's not necessary for you to understand what's being written to you. So when I look at my answer for fear or fun for the sidebar, this is what we write. The sidebar is how people may enjoy fear. The purpose of it is to provide extra info that's not necessary to our understanding. So it's a little extra something, something. Here you will have things that will say add text here. That is where you put the extra different parts of the subtitles. So you have to finish slides 8 and 9. Mine is different because these are my answer keys and I'm trying to work with you guys. So this one's dedicated to phobias. These are dedicated to fears. Again, if you have any questions on that, you can ask me questions. Another thing that you need to make sure that you're getting done is no red ink. Okay, so your no red ink, you should have your parts of speech done by tomorrow afternoon. and we'll kind of go from there. So if I look at it as a student view, I should see parts of speech and I press play. So if I press play, it's going to have all these keys, and this is going to tell me how much of my no writing is done. So just from me practicing through videos, I have 10% done. So I click begin, I click practice, if I understand what it is. If I don't understand what it is, I go to lesson. So now I have to select the noun. Well, wisdom can be hard to find. I know that wisdom is an abstract noun, so I click it. Okay, select the noun. So I have to know that all abstract nouns are things that aren't concrete. You can't touch them, but they are more than just describing something. So like imagination. Okay, every friendship must be cherished. I know friendship is a noun. Okay, your courage is inspiring. I know courage is a part of your personality, so that's a noun. Okay, and it told me I'm correct. Jealousy can be poisonous. So what can be poisonous? That's describing, I almost submitted jealousy. Okay, you did it. Okay, and then every time you do that, it's going to give you a higher percentage in the corner. So now I'm at 25%. So if you take a good hour to do your no writing homework, you're going to do great. As always, email me for questions. I am here for you always. Love y'all. Have a great day.